What's up, guys? Welcome to the Lunchtime live stream. I thought I was streaming and I wasn't. Today's topic, I want to ask you if you guys are still buying used GPUs because crypto is in the gutter and that usually takes GPU prices down with it. And another thing that's helping us is we've got new NVIDIA and AMD GPUs on the horizon, so people are getting gun shy about buying GPUs. So I want to know if you guys are still buying new GPUs and what are you buying. I think it's a great time to buy. It's probably the best time in a long time. I mean, just look at these 3070 prices on eBay. Look at how low they are right now. I mean, they're under $300 now. I know that some farms just recently liquidated some 3070s for like under 200 a pop. They're gone now. They're those Zotac blower ones. So I want to know if you guys are buying right now because it certainly isn't the worst time to be buying equipment if you're okay with all of the bad news FUD that is going on right now, because there is a ton. And I want to know what you're buying. Now, I'm actually going to be doing a video this week sometime, I hope, on what I am actually buying. And I want to share that with you guys because there's only one GPU that I'm interested in buying right now. But all of our situations are different, and I don't think there's a wrong answer. But, like, look at these prices right now. I mean, look at how cheap these 3070s are going for. What up, guys? Welcome. Thank you guys for coming. Again, answer the poll when you jump in and smash that like button. I want to know what GPUs you guys are buying and if you're still buying. And we are talking about, is it the best time to buy new GPUs? I released a video this morning where I gave I taught you guys how to start buying used GPUs and how to check them. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys have your own ways of doing it, but it was kind of like for gamers and miners as well. But it's just wild how hardware prices are going down. Hey, Panda. Hey, Zigminer. Hey, Black Hat. Hey, Tech. Panda, did you break all your GPUs? Do you need more 3070s because you broke them all? And actually, Panda, I'm probably going to try to get rid of some 3060 Ti's. So, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely think I'm gonna be getting rid of some 3060 Ti's. I think. Anyway, I was thinking about it this morning. Let's see what they're going for on eBay. Now, I'm just using eBay, right? I know you guys can all probably buy stuff cheaper, but we need to have some way to have a baseline in the market. Oh, did Panda? Did you have an update on how your farm is? By the way, if you wouldn't mind sharing that, that would be cool. Sadie sometimes said she grabbed some 59Xs recently, eyeing some eyeing some GPUs to fill out a couple of matching rigs. Need 2 Dell 3080s and one 3060. Sadie, you might I might be able to put you in contact with someone who is selling 3080s at a decent price. Just DM me later. Let's see. Panda, nope, I'm not giving you 150 for them. I'm trying to sell them for like anywhere between 230 and 250. So if I can get 250, I'll probably sell the ones I'm looking to get rid of. And Panda has mod power, so we can ban. Zigminer says he sold some 5700 XTs and my 7800 XT. Panda says no GPUs are dead. That is awesome. I'm really glad no GPUs are dead. What is eBay saying for the 3060 Ti? Wow. Prices are really going down. Crap. Look at that. Oh, founders are still high, which is cool. But look at all the other ones. They are going down, down, down. Down, down, down. Let's see. So, I don't understand what you people think about the 5700 XTs. Like, why do you guys love them so much? Look at how much these things are going for on eBay. So, for people that are joining us and just listening, I'm going to start reading the prices out. 5700 XTs, so you're aware, right? They're going for like 150 plus on eBay. You guys are insane. I'm just talking about the ones that you can get easy access to. I don't want to sell my 3060 Ti's on Facebook Marketplace. I'm not doing that. I'm going to go to like Hardware Swap on Reddit probably and sell them. Or just wait for some people who want to buy them from me because I know they're not getting crappy GPUs. What do I mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? That's all I'm saying on that. GPU mining is dead. By the way, for anybody asking, that's why we're talking about buying more GPUs. Sell us all your GPUs for cheap, please. They are it's dead. Don't listen to anybody. And if you're in the car, you're too late. Mining is dead. I'm sorry, guys. But these 5700 XTs cost way too much. And if any of you pay over $130 for 5700 XT, I'm going to have Panda ban you from my stream. You're gone. Goodbye. Let's see. I bought, Backwards Miner says, I bought 20 5700 XTs for $45 each. I would have done the same thing and I would have been happy about it. A $45 5700 XT is amazing, and you should buy a $45 5700 XT all day, every day. Frankly, I would buy a $45 5070 XT over a $150 3070. 1000% would do it, and then I would just become a chlor fiend and would only mine on Kapow. So that is amazing, Backwards Miner. I'm jealous. Although, funny enough, I probably don't have the cash to do that. So it's funny that you guys are buying GPUs. I came to the realization today that I might not be able to buy crypto mining equipment in May. I'm not upset. I'm not, it's not woe is me. This isn't me asking for handouts. It's just my financial situation. I do not think that I'm going to be able to buy any crypto mining equipment for the next 30 days, which kind of is what it is. And you bought 13 6600/XTs for $45. I am beyond jealous because that deal would have been incredible. I would have jumped on that all day, every day. What are 6600s going for on eBay right now? Let's check those out. They are too expensive. 160, 150, cheebiz. I've got one of each, and I got them for deals, and they were super unique situations. 189 for a 6600, 150 for a 6600 XT. These prices are bonkers. What's up, Chris? What's up, Zigminer? So, I am somewhat bummed that I cannot buy, but I'm going to live vicariously through you guys. And I have some sponsor content that's coming out soon that should keep me busy. So, it's not the end of the world. But, I came to the realization that I'm not going to be able to buy unless I unload some GPUs. And I was looking at my farm today, and my 3060 Ti's are kind of even if I have to unload them for less value than market, I'm probably okay with it. Backwards Miner says, I did not get the cards. I didn't just get the cards. The deal was crazy good. I'm sure the deal was awesome, dude. Look, we all get deals we can't miss up on. I bought 25 GPUs for $1,200 plus motherboards, plus equipment, plus everything. And I sold 9 of the GPUs to pay for the entire... Well, I sold 9 of the GPUs, 1 of the motherboards, and 1 of the CPUs to pay for... And 2 of the motherboards to pay for the entire cost of the farm. So I get it. Wow, dude. You guys are buying 5700 XTs for amazing deals. That is awesome. You all should buy $4,500 5700 XTs. I mean, you should all buy them. And I actually have another question for you guys. Are you guys going to buy based on algorithms, right? Because, the only GPU that I am buying is totally based on an algorithm. So, are you guys going to buy, are you buying 40 series cards because you believe in core algorithms, which may not be the best idea right now because core algorithms are in the worst shape they've been in years. Or are you buying 30 series because you believe in memory algorithms? Or are you avoiding GDDR6X? Are you avoiding 3080s because they're too hot to cool? Are you avoiding them right now? What are they going for? 3080s, 450, 379, 400, 430, 400. So it's funny. This 3070 right here, this 3080 right here, this one, the 330 are best offer. I'll be right back. I want to show it to you. One of our users, Kira, sent me this to play with, and it is that same. So we are, for anybody who's driving, we are talking about the Gigabyte GeForce 10 gig turbo GPU, right? This thing right here. All right. He sent me one. He bought like 25 of them, and I'm trying to see if I can game on it. And then I'm going to test out how it mines. Look at this heatsink. So for anybody who's listening and not, watching, this is basically like a stripped down GPU with no fans and a ginormous heatsink. Like, look at the size of this copper heatsink. These pictures kind of match. So I am curious. So he paid 300 for it, sent it to me, but I want to see how it mines, and then I want to see how it games. It's really kind of weird though, because it has these weird connectors in the back. What are these other pictures for? I don't even know. I'm gonna look at this listing. What? Okay. I don't know what this thing, by the way. I don't know what this thing is. I have it. I don't know what this does. So there's a adapter or something that comes at the end of this. So if somebody wants to tell me what that adapter is, I would be very appreciative, because I don't know what it does. And I've been playing with this GPU for like maybe like 2 hours this morning so far. Catching up on the chat, I sold a 3090 once, never again. Selling high-end GPUs can be annoying on the used market. Backwards Miner built his farm around cheap GPUs. So did I. So whatever you have, by the way, like if you don't have the most efficient hardware, if you paid like nothing for it, I still think it's better than paying a lot of money for super efficient hardware. Chris Hanley says, I will find another before... You will find it. Chris Hanley, which GPU are you looking for? And Zapirate says he's buying HBM cards. I am too. HBM cards are the only thing I'm interested in right now for my farm. Backwards Miner says it's just a turbo model with the fan removed. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but like the heatsink looks different. I've never seen a 3090 heatsink or a 3080 heatsink like that. So that's cool. But I'm gonna strap some case fans to it later and see how it does. I know it's for a server, guys. Sadie says, I'm just filling my 2 versatile rigs. Are you mining with those A750s, by the way? I'm curious how they do for mining. And man, I don't look. You guys who are waiting for Battle Mage, I'm not gonna hold my breath on if it can mine or not. And then if you guys are also waiting for Blackwell, I don't know, guys, because like they're gonna be expensive. And like, look at the 4090 right now. The 4090 is holding its value pretty dang good. Look at that. $2,000 for a gigabyte, 4090. There is a buy it now for a no video output MSI Ventress 4090 for $1,200. Let's see. We have another 4 parts, 4090 for $230. Let's go with ones that are working. Why are there... I don't know how to filter this. Used. We're going to go with used, and we're also going to go with new. And new. So I don't want any broken ones. So like $1,800, $1,600, $1,700, $1,900, $1,900. 4090 MSRP at $1,600. So like, blah. 5700 XTs for $1,800. I will find and buy another soon. And 5 loaded server cases. I got very good deals on server cases. All the server cases in my farm, by the way, I paid way under retail for. And I have some more coming, I hope. Let's see. So yeah, like, are you guys... So it seems like a lot of people are buying. And it seems like there are bear market deals to be had. Because it's like... I wonder how many miners right now are panic sold. And... So Pirate, actually, I'm going to talk about that. His comment says, be careful with the used 4090. You may get one with a broken PCIe slot or missing core or memory. I would actually never buy a 4090 used, and I'm going to make a video on that. With the case-ish, with how big the PCB is, with the cable issues, unless you know the person, or like they have incredibly high ratings. Like I use a trading website, and my ratings are insanely high, which is probably why I didn't have a problem selling my used 4090s back when they were super expensive. I would never buy a 4090 used. Never. Unless it was like such a stupid price that I'd be okay with gambling. Chris Hanley says, I'm done buying until the right opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of miners who loaded up in the bear market are like that. But like, if you didn't load up in the bear market, I feel like right now is like, you're getting a gift. with how unprofitable everything is right now, I think you're getting a gift. Dom G says, I will only buy used GPUs if I can test. So, I hate meeting people in person. I don't do that. I want you to ship them to me, and then I want to pay with PayPal, right? Because I will link today's video, by the way. I hope you all watched it, and if you didn't, shame on you. Shame on you for not watching my videos every single day to feed the algorithm. But anyway, I will put a link to this video real quick. If you didn't watch it, you should. It basically shows you how I test used GPUs, and it shows you like when to send them back, essentially. So like buying with PayPal goods and services, I think is fine because you will get all your money back. Crypto market is down. This is a great time to buy GPUs. Yes, it is, but you have to have the money to buy them. I don't. I'm lucky in my situation that I'm okay, but like right now I don't have the cash to buy new GPUs. So I hope you do. And Mining Potato says bear and bull market aren't much different now. Kind of feels like they're not actually that much different. It really does. But I think, and this is not advice, or this is just me guessing, I think after the U.S. election, and I don't want to talk politics. I will ban anybody who talks politics. Your views are your own views, and whether I agree with them or not, they're still your views. So no political talk here. You'll get banned. I will ban you. But I think after the U.S. election, however it goes, I think you will see a crypto resurgence. And that's just my guess. But we'll see. It seems like summer is going to be painful, which is actually kind of rough because, like, I mean, look at how hot your GPUs are going to get right now. Like, everything's going to get hot. Like, if you're buying, even if you're buying like a 4070 Ti, which I kind of want to see what the prices of them are. You can get those, by the way, if you can get one for like $600, you should. They're incredible. Their memory is going to get hot mining iron. Backwards Miner wants more CMPs. Yes, I do too, Backwards Miner. If you find any deals on them, please link me. I'm reaching out to Chinese contacts, trying to see if they will respond and I can find some. I want at least 6 more 170HXs, and I will sell GPUs to cover that cost. Mining Potato says I might turn off for summer. I mean, if you're mining inside, you might have to. My power bill might force me to turn off for the summer. If I'm able to keep 10 cents kilowatt hour rate in the summer, I will stay online. Even if it's a small profit, it's no harm for me. But I may not keep everything on. Yeah, like, I don't know, guys. 3060 Ti's are really turning me off right now. They're not that good in a lot of things. And the way they interact with fish hash kind of really makes me dislike them. Like, if we just look at a 3060 Ti right now, right? Where are they? 3060 Ti. I mean, they're not really that profitable. My whole farm, by the way, is just on iron right now. I don't think it's worth it to... Nautilus was paying me like 1 cent, and it was a lot of extra power. So I'm literally just... I'm all on iron right now. But, like, they don't do well on iron. Like, you have to really push these things. Like, your power on iron... mine get a little bit more than that because you have to push them to try to get up to 39. I have mine at like 36, 37 for low power. And that's... I don't know, guys. It's not that good. I'm really not a fan of the 3060 Ti's. Like, especially if you have ones with Hynix memory, they're even worse. You know, if that's all you have and that's all you can afford, I'm not telling you that they're terrible. I'm just saying that for me, I'm going to get out of my 3060 Ti's before I get out of like my BC 160s, if we're being honest, because I don't like them, man. They're just bad 3070s, and the 3070 is already, I mean, I know it's a good GPU, but like, I have, how many 3060 Ti's do I have online? Let's look for 3060 Ti. I've got, you can see them all right here. All of the, I have, 2, 4, I don't even know how to count anymore. Let's do 25. I have about I have 21 3060 Ti's. I want to get this number down to like 3 or 2. Like, I'm not gonna get rid of all of them because it's always good to keep 1 or 2, but I want to get this number down to like 2. I don't want any more 3060 Ti's. How many? Like, but if you look at the rest of my farm, right? Let's look at my 3070s. I thought I had like 100 of them, and I might not have as many as I thought. So I have 71 3070s. I wouldn't buy any more. I thought about buying some of those Zotac ones, the cheap ones from Block, and I was like, nah. I can't convince myself to buy any more of these. I actually have some offline, so I think I have like 74 3070s, and I don't want any more of them. I'm good. I don't want any more. But I'm not saying that they're a bad GPU. I just don't want any more of them. I think I'd rather get more HBM memory cards, honestly. So, I mean, they're not bad. I mean, look at how these are doing on Iron. They don't use that much power. You know, some of them are using a little more power than I would like. There's like 2 or 3 of them, but what this? Oh no, that one is different. That's on a different rig. But like, they're mostly around 110 watts, 115 watts, give or take. So, well, what about you guys? So let me see. I'm going to look at the poll. I want to see what the poll is looking like. Most people are not buying GPUs right now. 16 votes, 56% say no, 44% say yes. I get it. I'm not. But it's easy to say you're not buying them when your farm is big. I'm also not buying ASICs right now, which, we're not going to go there yet. I'm not ready to talk about ASICs right now. But a lot of people, I get, are buying HBM memory. So let's take a look at the 170HX. I really regret not snagging that eBay deal. 170, like, I really regret not getting them at like 420, and I'm going to pay for it. The prices are going up on the 120HXs. I think people are realizing that they're more in demand. Also, never pay $90 or $400 for a 90HX. I have one of them. I paid $150 for it, and I hate it. I want more BC250s. So Zigminer. I have a really good video on those. I've been thinking about the BC250 a lot, and it's really, really weird. All right, like, let's look at the profitability of one. I was playing with this. All right, this is what. All right, so I'm gonna show you. We're gonna go with the GPU calculator, right? If you have mining just Warthog, I think you end up at about like 180, 190. Let's just say 185 times 12. That's your like Janus score. So you're at like 2020 mega hash. And the watts, right? This one is tricky. If you have the fan replacement, let's just say you're at about 90 watts on the fans, and then each one of them is taking about 55 watts at the wall, at the software, 60 watts at the software. So you just add another 30. I always, when in doubt, I just add another 30 because I don't trust AMD. So you're going to do 90. Yeah, I'm going to do 100 watts. So you're talking about 1200 watts. So you're talking, let's just round up, right? Let's say you're talking 1500 watts on them, right? 1500 watts on the BC250 at Wart is giving you $3.12 a day. Now, when you look at how much they cost, right? Let's talk about this. Let's go buy a BC250. Where is the site to buy them from? Let me show you that site, actually. Hey, my video shows up. So I'm going to pause it so you don't get stuck listening to that. Here is the site. Now, listen, I have an announcement to make. I am affiliated with these guys right now. We are working together. They sent me a BC250 to do content on. When you buy this thing, right? When you add it to cart, when you go to proceed to checkout on these, if you buy them, right? When you go to shipping, right? When you go to shipping, you have an option to put comments down below. Put Krootman in the comments, and they will show you that you got it with me. And then you have an option of when you check out, who did you hear from? Like, who told you about these things? And you can click my name on it. So you can find me in there. And I'm going to add a review, actually, on this thing. But you can click on me where you found me. So, look, these things, right, with the BC250, right, the overall cost of this, I'm assuming you have to get the fan mount. So the kit you want probably costs $45 plus, we're going to say $65 for the fans. So you're looking at about $110. Plus you need Ethernet cables. So let's just say $20 for the cables. Plus you need SSDs. So $20 for the SSDs. So you're at about $150 on top of this number. So you're at, and you have to pay taxes. So you're probably looking at about $900 for a BC250 rig, right? And they use a massive amount of power, and they will take work to get set up. But look at what a 4070 or 4090 makes right now. A 4090 makes 50 cents a day. Now, the BC250s take a massive amount of power, so I tell you to look at them like an ASIC, but for $3 a day at a total of $800 all in, you really can't beat the price of the BC250. Now, again, I work with these guys now. They sponsored me. So you could say that, so you need to know that. Full disclosure going forward. But I had one of these before, and you know my thoughts on them. No, it's every Jock Miner. Everything is in that thing. All 12 rigs are in this thing. It comes with everything. Here, look. You can see right in there. All 12 rigs. And I'll put a link. I'll put a link to buy these. Just make sure you put Krootman in the shipping, or you put it in where did you hear about me, because it does help me out a lot. But look, the thing you got to understand about the BC250, and I'm being as transparent as I possibly can, now that you know I literally have skin in the game, and the more of these you buy, the better off I am. All right? So, like, I want to say that. The more of these you buy, the more it helps me. So that automatically makes me not partial. All right? But if you don't care putting the work in with these things, and you can support a GPU or a rig that will use upwards of 2,000 to 2,100 watts, you're not going to get better profitability than this thing. You have to treat it as like an ASIC, like a complicated ASIC that can mine more than one thing. But investing in it is so cheap. And if the bull market comes, I don't see how you're going to lose your money on this thing. Now, a lot of people made their money back on these already when they mined Wart. My first one, 75% ROI, and my second one was free. Now, I did have to buy the fans and the thumb drives, or not the thumb drives, the M.2s. So I have like $80 invested in this next rig. But I was thinking about it today, right? And I was thinking, if the market gets weird, right? Would I be willing to sell like 20, 30, 70s? Like, say I sold 20, 30, 70s at $250 each, right? Say I sold 20 at $250. That'd give me $5,000, okay? You could get a lot of 10 of these for, all right, so let's say I was willing to sell 30. So 30 of my 3070s, okay? So that would mean that I would clear 3 octominers, okay? So let's just assume let's go 36. Let's say I'm going to clear 3 octominers worth of 3070s, right? Sell them at $250. That's $9,000, okay? I take half of that money and I buy 10 of these things, right? Right? Let's just say it's 2,000 watts a rig. I would be able to power 8 of these. So I would probably try to work out a deal where I only bought 8 of them. So let's just say I bought 8 of these things, right? Let's say 8 of them cost me $4,500. All right. That would give me, so let's say 8 of them cost me $4,500, okay? That would give me 4,500 bucks left. Let's say to get all the ancillary shit for this thing, 20 times 8 equals times 2. Let's say it costs me another 500 bucks to get all the other stuff I need to run these quiet. So I would turn everything off in my shed, right? And I would only run, well, I would turn most things off in my shed. Maybe like half of my shed. I would have to rework it. Point is, I would run 8 BC250s in my shed, right? So I'd run 8 of them. So 8, and say I'm only making $3 a day. Profit. Now this is profit after power. 8 times 3, that's 24 bucks a day. That's like the same that I'm making right now on all of my stuff. And I still have 115 GPUs plus all the BC250s. So like I've been thinking about it. Like, would I turn my farm into like all BC250s and power the rest off, or like wing it on how I powered them? It's such a weird thing to think about because they are so bloody. I think inefficient is the word, but they just like bully you and they bully profit out of them because like 2,000 watts is ridiculous, but they're everything you need, and they bully profit out of them. So it's like you could sell 12, or you could sell 3 Octominers worth of 3070s, right? And 3 Octominers worth of 3070s right now uses, let me tell you how much they use, because I can literally look at what my what one of my 12 card 3070 rigs is using right now. It is using, I'm not triple mining, but it's using 1500 watts. So it uses 500 watts less, and the profit it's making is like it's making like $1.80 a day in profit for each of them. So like I'm selling like $4 a day worth profit to make like 24. So it's a very weird thing. Mining potato, I have mine plugged into a wall meter. I'm good on those. It's very weird to think about like expanding on these things. Like the risk is so low. On expanding on these things. Chuck D says, I'm only looking to buy farms off people desperate. Yeah, you might see those come back. I haven't seen any of those for a while, and that's where I bought a lot of mine. I am getting 4.8 gigahash at 1700 watts with my CPU GPU rigs. 306 miner, it's not bad. If you like one thing that I also might be willing to do is take a rig apart and try to figure out a way to build small wart rigs and turn all of my CPU mining rigs into wart rigs with just like a 3070 on them, or maybe like a 4060 Ti. Maybe I take the 4060 Ti Octominer apart. It's something that I'm considering. But I would be lying to you if I wasn't strongly looking into the BC250s. Like, it's comical, right? They're so cheap, okay, that you could literally have 2 farms, right? I'm not on Cubic anymore, 306 miner. He says there's not much money in the Cubic anymore. But it's so interesting, right? You could literally have 2 farms. You could have a farm of BC250s and a farm of GPUs. And you could literally turn off one of them when the other one's not profitable. Like, you can't run both at the same time, but you just set it up where, like, if the one is more profitable than the other, you just turn one off and turn the other one back on. So it's really interesting at the possibilities a BC250 opens up. It would be a nightmare to manage. Well, maybe not if you get the good SSDs. I don't know if it would be a nightmare to manage with good SSDs. Because you could just click them all in Hive at the same time and move them to flight sheets. But here's the thing, Chris Hanley. So the resale for the BC250, I have no idea what it's going to be like, right? But in the bull market, you think you can't move them for $800, the whole rig with the updated, with a modified fan shroud? I mean, and even if you can't resell it, right? Let me think how to word this properly. Okay, so even if you can't resell this thing, right? Right now they're making $3.50 a day. Okay? So say you spent 900. Say this thing cost you 900 total after all the BS you have to buy with it. All right? 900 total. So you divide that by 350. It's a 257-day ROI. So like in a year you ROI on these things. Now that's 10 cents kilowatt hours I'm talking about. So it's probably lower if you have crappier power. But like I feel like the risk is really, really low on these things. And they kind of make you a better miner in a weird way because you have to get really innovative on how you are profitable with these things. Like Son of a Tech definitely hit it big with these things. And if I knew about the fan shrouds sooner, I might have changed my opinion on them. I didn't get to capitalize on Wart as much because I had mine off a lot because it was too loud. It was way too loud. Chuck D says those BC250s might be a decent hedge, but if they have low kilowatt hours and limited power capacity, there's better options. So Chuck D, it's really weird, right? It is really weird. I get what you're saying. 3070s are still king. And again, I am tainted on these BC250s now. I am tainted. But I'm trying to figure out how to word this because this is complicated. Say you only had one 30 amp 240 volt, okay? One 30 amp 240 volt to run your rigs on, all right? And you had, so 5,700 watts is the safe limit that you can get on that. So say you had 3 octo miners on it, and the octo miners, not triple mining, are using 1,500 watts. The power readings on the octo miners are accurate. So the whole thing, so that's 4,500 right there, right? So say that gives you, say you have an X8. Let me go into my buddy's farm and look at what his X8 is using because he has an X8. So work with me on this. So he has an X8 of 3060 Ti's. So I'm going to go to that one, right? So his X8 of 3060 Ti's is using 1,000 watts. All right. So say you've got, so one 240 volt 30 amp circuit could have 4 octominers on it if you're not dual mining. If you're dual mining, it probably goes down to 2 to 3. Let's just say it goes down to 3. Let's keep it at 3. So you have 36 3070s plus some change, right? You're making, like I said, right now you're making $3.96. You make with, on that same circuit, you could put 2 BC250s at 4,000, let's say 4,400, and then you have enough to put another GPU rig or CPU rigs or whatever on them, right? You'll be making $7 a day. So you double your profit. Obviously, there's not obviously it depends on a lot of things, right? Like it depends on the 3070 coins and the 3060 Ti and the BC250 coins. It all depends. But like you're spending on the BC250s, you're spending $1,600 on a full octo miner rig. Let's say you paid $600, or let's say you pay $600 for the octo miner and you pay $200 for each 3070 because you bought them in the bear market, right? So like 200 times 36 plus 1,500 is $8,700 when the 2 BC250s are running you less than $1,000. So like the BC250s might have a lower profitability ceiling, but your initial investment is so cheap. Like if you wanted to get into crypto mining right now, spending $1,000 that you can't resale, right? Like spending $1,000 on something that say has no resale value, all right? But a faster ROI might be better than spending $8,000 on something that you can get your $8,000 back on. So like, I don't know, man. And we're talking about a guy, anybody could put one 30 amp 240 volt circuit in their house. So like you could, that applies to anybody. So catching up on chat, and this was in response to Chris Hanley's comment that said they might be a decent hedge, but they have a low dollar to kilowatt profitability. So if you have limited power capacity, there's better options. He said you got to find a balance between dollar per kilowatt, dollar per mega hash, and resale value. 3070s are still king. So that was me saying that I might disagree with you on that. I'm not, and Chris says I'm tainted because I'm invested, and that's a fair thing to say. That's an utterly fair thing to say. But the numbers are weird, and would I go and if we're being honest, right? Would I go sell 36, 3070s to buy the BC 250s? If we're being honest, probably not. Probably my goal would be to try to secure more of them via sponsorship if we're being utterly transparent and honest. But to say that the numbers don't cross my mind would be a lie, because it is making me think. And it is all because of that fan shroud. If we didn't have that custom fan shroud, which, by the way, I want to share that link right here. If we didn't have that custom fan shroud, I don't think I would be having this conversation. I would be telling you that it's too loud and it's not worth it, even though the profitability is nuts. So I would definitely think I wouldn't be saying that if it was for this. And I get nothing for these. I don't have a sponsorship agreement with this guy. Now, he sent me some, and I'm sure if I asked him to send me one or two more, he probably would. So there's that. But I am not getting any commissions from him getting these, or from him selling these. We didn't work out any kind of commission deal, and I don't think I will. Maybe, I don't know. But these things are literally a requirement, which is why I'm adding them into the cost of the case. Let's see. 360 Miner says, I am 10 to 100%. If you all hit block mining cubic, we'd all be cubic hairs, right? Yeah. Mining Potato says your argument of price going up is moot, as CPUs and GPUs will also go up. That is true. Chuck D says, I have 50 amps in total in a campground. If my focus is efficiency and diversity, and the BC250 is far from that. It very much is far from it. What am I mining with it? Rudd asks. My BC250s are mining iron and wart right now. Here, let me show you what they're doing. The weird thing, though, in terms of which one is more profitable, just wart or iron, I honestly think it's a wash right now. Basically, I just want more iron, so I'm just doing it. Let me show you what is on. So you can see what they're doing right here. I can't get them to mine Zil yet, but mine are all mining iron and wart. It's all personal preference and situation. For new guys, I still think there's better options. For big home miners, probably better options. So, Chuck Danger, I want you to give me your honest opinion on what I'm about to say. And hey, Ark, what's up? I think that if you're an up-and-coming miner and you were to ask me what to mine with, if you told me, okay, you said I had one 30 amp 240 circuit I want to mine with, right? What would you do? I would probably send them to BC250s, because the risk is so low that you could fill your power up, and I would warn them that I would say that until they sell out on this site, which I don't think they are anytime soon. Although the stock is going down, they had a few hundred before. I would think that I would tell them to buy a pair of BC250s with the fan shroud to get into crypto mining. I would tell them you have to assume you're not going to make your money, you're not going to make your money back, but you could be profitable with these, and the initial investment is low. And I would probably tell them to buy two BC250s for now. Because I don't think you're going to make your money back reselling these until these guys are out of stock on these. And I might actually try to get them to send me another one. I'm kind of worried about their stock on these, actually. Rudd Paul says, can you mine Raven? You can mine Raven on these things. They run hot. What I do want to tell you is they come with two, if you see right here, they come with two 1200 watt power supplies. If you wanted to mine Kapow algorithms on these things with CPU coins, I would strongly recommend upgrading the CPUs to, or I'm sorry, the GPU, I would strongly advise upgrading the power supplies on these things to 1800 or 1600 watts if you can find a comparable. I would not keep the 1400 watt power supplies on these things if you wanted to mine Kapow. Mining Potato said check power at the wall. I always assume I'm going to get the accurate power at the wall, but I always assume these things are using 22 to 2300 watts of power because they can't use more than 2400 watts because that's all the power supplies have. And Chuck Danger is saying depends on your risk tolerance and initial capital. So Chuck Danger, I think the interesting thing on that is you have a lot higher risk buying BC250s than buying GPUs. But the initial capital you have to spend is a lot lower. So that is the interesting trade-off, right? Like, your initial capital exposure is a lot less, but it's riskier. It's such an interesting thing to talk about. And to finish his quote, he said, if you got big PP energy and a kid's college fund, lowball someone for a used farm and buy all new hardware. Yeah, I mean, those are viable options too. I just think if you're just getting into the space, you're not going to, most people aren't savvy enough to do that. I certainly wasn't. Chris Hanley says, I calculated my 650-700 XTs in cases. I have a total of $3,000 in 3 of them. Hope to sell for $1,500 to $2,000 in the bull. Or I have a total of 300 in the 3 of them. That's amazing, Chris Hanley. Can't beat that. If you're getting 5,700 XTs for $4,500 a pop, or $45 a pop, I might tell you to do those over BC 250s because they have better resale value. And if the new guy is broke, go get a job, stack money. Well, yeah, obviously, but we're just assuming somebody who's telling us they want to get into crypto mining. Rod, your question is, can't they handle mining Raven? So the reason that I passed on these in the initial go when I found these from BitCap, because I had access to as many of these as I wanted last year, I was dumb and only assumed that they could GPU mine. Mining on both their GPU and CPU is how you make money. Yeah, dude, free shipping in the US is crazy. I'm telling you, it's really hard to say you're making a mistake buying these things, but remember, I am tainted. You need to know that. You need to know that I am tainted on these things because I'm going to try to go get another unit of these from them as well now that I see that they're running low on them. For GPU rigs, you spend about $500 just for board. CPU, all right, so as a pirate, I would disagree with spending $500 for board, CPU, PSU, risers, frame, etc. I think in the current market conditions, you could get those for like $250, but you'd have to look. But that is a place where people overspend all the time. I avoid any advice that sounds like it came from Power Minds. Like I said, I'm tainted, so you can look. At least I'm being transparent, right? At least I am being. I don't know if you could be any more transparent than I'm being. I'm literally telling you what my goal is from selling these. But also, I promised myself that I would only shill products that I owned and I believe in. And I did buy one of these for full price before. I tried to get them to send me one sooner, and they were like, no, you're not big enough yet. So I'm just being honest about them. Like, you can't get much more transparent than me. What advantages over an entry-level FPGA? I hate FPGAs, guys. FPGAs, I think if you're a beginner, are a trap because FPGAs, they cost too much. You have to get the bit streams, and if you're a beginner, you're not connected. And FPGAs are an inside game. All right, you're buying the bit streams. You're going to your connections. FPGAs are not on a level playing field, so let's just get that out of the way. All right. If you're a beginner, don't use FPGAs. I don't even think I'm connected enough to get bit streams for FPGAs. All right, so like, I'm avoiding them. So this is me being, all right, so Jock Miner, this is me being impartial. I hate FPGAs. Now, if someone were to send me one for free and tell me to shill it, I don't know if I would. I would probably have a long conversation with them where I would say that you have to let me be honest and torch the FPGA while shilling it. I'm going to say that because I hate FPGAs. If you want to waste money, water-cooled GPUs. Yeah, I think water cooling is a waste of money. But I have a Hydra One mining. Jock Miner, for FPGAs, okay? FPGAs come down to this. Your connections. How dialed in are you on FPGAs? Like, but also the other thing you need to know right now, FPGAs are probably in a bad spot. Like, look at all the core algorithms right now. Like everything is hurting. Like you have your core algorithms to mine right now. You have Caspa forks and you have Radiant, and that's it. I mean, I mean, sure, there's bit streams out there for Iron and there's other bit streams, but like you have Caspa forks and Radiant. There's not much else out there that you can mine with an FPGA. FPGAs get booted off of networks at the same time as GPUs. I don't care what anybody says. FPGAs, I mean, maybe sometimes they have like a few more weeks, but they're gone the same time GPUs are. So like FPGAs are literally the worst of both worlds. You're too late on GPU. You're too late on mining to get the gains that the GPUs get in the beginning, and you get kicked off and you're not on the network long enough before ASICs get on after GPUs get on. So like you miss out on the best of both worlds. I mean, obviously you could tell me that there's that sweet spot when GPUs get whacked, like at Alethium right now. Like you could tell me that Alethium is in its ASIC or its FPGA sweet spot, and I would tell you I still don't think so. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't think so, but that's just me. Let's see. Chuck Danger says, trust me, I almost bought 3 of these BC250 cases. I know how much power they eat versus revenue they make. Look, the BC250s are situational. They are 1,000% situational, okay? 1,000%. But in a weird way, their price is so cheap that their situation keeps growing by the day. AK says, what's up, Kroot? My voice is cracking. I know. I haven't gone through puberty yet. So Pirate says, on Radiant, the FPGA has 90% of the network. Guys, I'm going to have a pretty sweet video for you on this 90% network Radiant thing. I don't know when, but I've got a pretty sweet video lined up. Red Panda asks me, Krootman, what is your opinion on 40 series now that mining, let me reread this. I can't read. He says, what is your opinion now for 40 series mining at the current state of core algos? Okay. I was thinking about that today. So let me show you what I think. All right. So let's go with this right now. The 40, let me look at the 3070, okay? Right now, Ironfish and Pyram is at 11 cents profit at 10 cents kilowatt hour. Their power is too high. Okay, so their power is too much here. All right. So let me show you my numbers. All right. So my numbers for Pyram hash, and this is going to answer Panda's question. My numbers for Pyram hash and Ironfish. All right. So you're at 170 watts. So that's I stink at math. So we're going to do 170 divided by 2. And this is going to be my answer. So bear with me while I get you this answer. All right. So, where are we? All right. So Pyram will use 85 mega hash, and, Iron will, I'm sorry, not 85 mega hash, 85 watts. I split the watts in half, and I don't add ZIL into these equations because I'm not smart enough to calculate ZIL. All right, hold on. You ready? 85. All right, so we're going to go, the iron would be 38.5. I know that. And I need to look at one of my GPUs because I left one on WhoSat, I think, right? Is it on there or did I take it off? I think I took it off. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Yeah, it's off. All right. I think I was making... hold on. Let me see if the ZIL window's over. I'm going to compare it to a 3090. Give me 1 second, Panda. Where is it? I don't have any more. I think it will... Let me just check these numbers. 3.6. I was about 3.4. All right. So I was about 3.4 gigahash. But we'll do 3.4. All right, so here was mine, because I had mine never over 170 watts. All right, so let me move my big head. So let me hit calculate. All right, so I was making 22 cents Wow, maybe I'll move my 3070s back to that. No, I'm still on iron. All right, so I was making this much. All right, but now the iron numbers are misleading because I'm splitting the power in half. Iron really, so like if we really want to do this the correct way, let me show you this real quick. If we really want to do this the correct way, theoretically, this is 60 watts because iron is at 110. So let me adjust this. Hold on real quick because I want to be realistic on this. All right. So this would be the theoretical. So you would make, wow, knowing it, looking at it that way, I think I'm going back to triple mining. Huh. Okay, I think I'm going back to triple mining on my 3070s because this is how it actually is set up on my 3070s. All right, so you have them making 22 cents a day. Thanks for this question, Panda. You're the best. Now let's go to my 4060 Ti's. All right. Let me go to my 4060 Ti's. Hold on real quick. I will answer all your questions in chat in a minute, and I'm going to go over time because this is really, really good stream. Tell everybody to jump in this. We got a lot of people. Hit the like button, please. 4060 Ti. Let me find it. 4060 Ti. They're saying iron and pyram is the most profitable. I'm saying that I don't really buy that. All right. So let me show you what mine are on. This is what they say about 4060 Ti's. What power do they have? Okay, their power is the same as mine, so this is accurate. So, okay. So this is accurate. Oh, maybe it's accurate. Hold on, let me see their numbers. Let's see. Gigahash 24, that's accurate. Hash rate. Where's the 3.84? That might be accurate. Let's go to my 4070 Ti's. Give me a second. I need to put them in the calculator too. So bear with me, please, gentlemen and ladies. What? Hold on, that's weird. All right, my 4060 Ti's are on iron and Nautilus. So let me do a calculation real quick. My numbers are a little bit different than the 4060 Ti, so let me go in the calculator and let me see if I'm right and they're wrong. I'm gonna split the power probably. So I'm kind of winging the power at this one because I never really mined iron alone. I could do that real quick if I want. Here, let me do that, okay? So guys, give me 1 second. Let me take my... So we're going to go into my Octominer, okay? So let's do this. I want to go into my Octominer because I want to get these numbers correct because this is going to answer Panda's question. So this is what my 4060 Ti's are. I'm on Nautilus and Pyram hash right now, all right? Getting 133 watts. But let me see how much power iron uses alone. So... bear with me. I'm going to take this off real quick. Let me see how much power it uses alone. So I need to get iron and ZIL. And I have one with just a 4060 Ti on it. For 4060 Ti settings. So let me find that. And bear with me. And I will respond to the chat in a second. I apologize it's taking so long. I do want to get this correct. Okay. I've got the correct flight sheet for iron and ZIL up. Now let's go back to the miner and let's see what it does on iron and ZIL. So bear with me. I'm not skirting the answer. Panda, I'm not skirting the answer. Well, no, it's not same algo. It's not quite that simple. I'm doing what's the most profitable thing. I'm not manipulating anything because right now I think the 3070 is going to win full. And it kind of makes me really rethink the way I was triple mining on my 3070s. So I'm actually, thank you asked this question. But I'm trying to get the accurate power readings for just iron on the 4060 Ti's. Oh, don't crash. Come on, don't crash. Load properly. So you got to give me a second. I hate you. I hate you. Panda, I want to do a live stream with you. We can do it on your channel or mine. You pick a time where me and you go together on a stream and we debate what GPUs are the best right now. I'm not buying 40 series right now, by the way, or 30 series either, for that matter. Come on, you piece of garbage. Okay, so 25 mega hash at some of these are higher. We're gonna do 70 watts. All right, so that's how we're gonna plug these in the calculator. So listen, you ready? So, all right, so 70 mega hash. So we're gonna start doing the calculations. Where is that stupid calculator? Okay, so the iron power is, where are you, iron? I'm doing this the same way as the 3070, so leave me alone. 25 mega hash. We're just gonna keep it simple at 70 watts. All right, and then we need to add. All right, so I'll go the same then. Fine, I will go Pyram hash because they're saying it's the most profitable. So where is, I have like a Husat one, then I can just run that. So let me find this stupid flight sheet. Where is it? I hate digging through flight sheets, guys, and you guys can watch me do it. What is this one? Is that, nope, those are 3070 overclocks. Oh, son of a, all right, I'm going back up. I'm gonna go look for the Husat one. I have it somewhere. All right, let's see. 40 series. Here we go. This one should work. All right, we're going to launch this one. So now we can see what they're going to get with everything. Pyram hash. Look, I'm just going for the hash rate. So Pyram hash and Husat is the same thing. So give me a second. Patrick Murphy. Yeah, back me up. Leave me alone. I got a lot to catch up on in chat when I follow. Red Panda, did the Radeon 7 survive? I gotta go watch today's video to see if it survived. Let's see. Just catching up on chat. Go to the GPU calculator. Listen, J Rose, I'm doing this the correct way. All right. I don't care. You guys are gonna wait. You guys are gonna wait. All right. And yes, I have to adjust the price of the 3070 right now. But Panda, if you're doing 250 3070s, you gotta do $300 4060 Ti's because they're all over the place in the US right now. So give me a second. Let me get these accurate numbers. Leave me alone, everybody. I hate you all. Oh, this is taking forever. Look, I'm not going to say which one's better because I'm not prepared to die on that hill right now. Not at all. Not prepared to die on that hill right now. 3060 Ti's suck, though. I don't care what anybody says. 3060 Ti's suck. They're the first thing that I'm powering down in my farm. I'm getting rid of all of them. I hate 3060 Ti's, and don't tell me they're better than 3070s, and they're certainly not better than 4060 Ti's. Then J Rose, if it's like watching paint dry, you can get out of here. I know, like, if you don't like it, bye-bye. I don't really care. You can leave. Okay, so this is cheating a little bit because these are using more power. I don't know, let's see if mine are more profitable. We're going to go off this power. So we'll go off 145 watts. So I've got to add 140. All right, so we're going to take, what did I say? Like I said, if you don't like this, you can leave. 70, so 140 minus 70 is, oh, wow, it's 70. I'm terrible at math. That is hilarious. You guys can make fun of me for that. So 70, and then we are at, man, I didn't even have to do anything. I didn't have to do all of that. That was a waste of time. Oh, well. I don't trust hashrate.no's numbers, so this is why I do this. So they're saying 384. Mine are telling me 4.4. All right, hold on. Mine are telling me 4.4. That's the wrong number. Where is it? All right, so we're going to do 4.4, and let's see. Calculate. All right, well, check this out. Well, this is funny. They're exactly the same. They're exactly the same. Are you kidding me? 22 cents and 22 cents. They are literally exactly the same. They're literally exactly the same. So, like, mining what the most profitable thing is. Now, obviously, you're in the danger zone playing with these core algorithm coins, so you should be selling daily. But they are literally the same. And J Rose, hey, you know what, J Rose, you're giving me bad vibes, buddy. You're giving me bad vibes. So I'm gonna just put you in timeout. So I'm gonna put you in timeout for 5 minutes. And if you can't behave, I'm banning you. So bye, buddy. Bye. I love having power. I would be the best dictator. I would abuse my power so hard. If you didn't like it, I'd just ban you from the country. So anyway, 22 cents for the 4060 Ti, and it is making, obviously it's making more on the core algorithm, right? But look at the 3070. It's in reverse basically. So essentially, okay, so now at this point, right? At the point we're at, honestly, if you're telling me which one's better, we're going to have to go to the price. All right. So if I'm comfortable doing $250 for 3070s, right? Because I think you can buy $250 3070s all day. And then you're at $300 4060 Ti's. So at that point, oh my gosh, I gotta have to do a video on this. All right, Panda. So at that point, to answer your question, what do you believe in? So right now, if you believe in core okay, so let me start over. Let me start over because I do want to add one more thing. You save $50 a pop on the 4060 Ti's, and you have a warranty with the 4060 Ti's. All right? You have the warranties. Listen, Patrick Murphy, nobody knows where to buy those if you're doing that, if 180 bulk 3070s, which are gone by the way, I can confirm they're all about to be gone because I tried to lowball him for some more. So let's just forget about the warranty because all right, look, the 3070 is $50 cheaper, check in that box. The 4060 Ti has a warranty, check on that box. The 3070 is older, negative on that box. The 4060 Ti is newer, positive in that box. Now let's go back to the coin. Now let's go back to which one is better. If you believe in memory algorithms and that core algorithms are dead, I guess I'm telling you to go buy a 3070. I guess I'm telling you to go buy a 3070. But if you believe I believe this, I truly believe this. I don't believe core algorithms are dead on GPUs because there's too much money to be made on them. Now, right now, we're reduced to mining forks of a fork of really unstable forks. So I'm telling you it's not good. I'm telling you it's not great. But you can still make a case to buy the 4060 Ti's. Am I buying either? Look, I'm not buying either one of them. All right, I'm all in the HBM memory game. I think HBM memory is the way to go. Everybody here is gonna jump on me with 4060 Ti, 4070 Ti's. But in response to a comment that I'm going to interrupt and read, which is Arcs Crypto and Mining says FPGAs always take over the core algorithms, though. My response to that is that there will always be a fork of a fork of a fork because there's too much money involved to not make this happen. So like there's too much money to abandon core algorithms for GPUs. Like I said though, with what I'm hedging my bets on right now, I'm all in on the HBM memories. So I guess I'm hedging my bets on memory algorithms. But if you didn't want to buy used GPUs, there's merit for buying 40 series. There really is merit for buying 40 series. I don't like kapow mining right now because I think no matter what you have, whether you have a 3070 or a 4060 Ti, which the 3070 crushes the 4060 Ti and kapow, by the way. Don't buy 40 series if you believe in kapow. I would rather mine 2 coins than 1. Like I'd rather get bags of 2 different coins than bag of 1, unless the Kapow algorithm is like crushing it. Zapirate says it is good for to have a bit of everything. Good cards for core, good cards for memory. Yeah, look, I'm with you, Zapirate. I agree with that 100% that you should diversify your farm, and that's kind of what I'm doing. No, Panda, I'm really happy. Panda says thank you and sorry for it. No, Panda, I'm really happy you did that, because I was mistakenly, one thing that I was mistakenly doing with the 30 series is I was mistakenly splitting the power in half when I shouldn't have, because you have to kind of do that with Ergo because of the way the algorithm works, but you can get the exact difference in power with Fish Hash, and this is showing me that it is way more profitable to triple mine right now than to just mine iron. So I'm going to go back to triple mining on a lot of my farm. So Panda, you actually helped me look at this in a way that I wouldn't have looked at it before. And listen, I take responsibility for my actions. I'm not sorry for telling you 4060 Ti's were better at first. That was at the time. I told you it was a moving target. I will never apologize for standing by my beliefs. If I'm wrong and I turn out to be wrong, I'll tell you. And if you look at my Elysium video that I did a few weeks ago, I told you that I botched Ironfish when I guessed it. I told you that. Like, I'm not gonna back down. If I'm wrong at the time, I'll admit it. Like, you have to be able to trust my opinion enough to believe in it, or you're not gonna listen to me. I mean, whether or not you should listen to me is up for debate, if we're being honest. Everything I have is unmineable. Dude, I was talking to Seb this morning privately about unmineable. I don't know, man. Like, watching him struggle trying to figure out if unmineable was worth it or not kind of made me, like, not really want to mine with unmineable. Now, that's not an endorsement or not an endorsement, but Seb is one of the smartest content creators I know when it comes to the numbers being exact. And if Seb can't give me exact numbers, I'm like, nah. One word, rainbow. Ha! Listen, nobody can ban me from my own channel. And that's why I watch. People who can't admit when they're wrong is a huge pet peeve. Yeah, I don't think I'm wrong on the 40 series, but I think in this current environment, I think it's really hard for me to sell you on a 40 series because, like, core algorithms are taking a dump right now. Krootman says writing on the wall for yeah, Panda, whatever. Dude, Panda, how do you feel? Panda, I want you to do a video on HBM memory cards. How do you feel about those? Because I'm going to do a video on them in later this week. The only cards I'm buying for mining right now are 170HXs. Like, that's it. That's the only thing I want for mining because I want more HBM stuff. Jockminer, the problem with that and what... if you watch Zeb's last video when he compared them, you'll see all the problems with doing that comparison. It's never exact. And prices change so much that, like, you either have to just be okay with unmineable or commit to dollar cost averaging, buying and selling whatever you're mining to whatever you want to mine. So, like, what I'm doing is I'm selling every day right now. I'm selling whatever I mine for power. And then whatever money I have left over, I'm buying into a lithium. So I'm just dollar cost averaging because I can't time the market. You never can. Krootman, I'm going to try unmineable comparison with my 3070 farm. I believe I have enough hash rate to do an actual comparison with 1 hour trade payouts to trade Ogre. Panda, how many 3070s do you have in your farm? I'm just like, because I'm only asking because I'm curious comparing it to mine. I know you have more. You got the HBM bug. Mining will never be the same. Look, I'm telling you that I am in love with Fish Hash, the algorithm. I think Fish Hash, the algorithm, is game changing, right? That's not an endorsement of Ironfish. It's an endorsement of Fish Hash, the algorithm. Jockminer says I'm getting 250k bonk on unmineable and I don't need... Listen, and there's no hassle to trade. Listen, I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm telling you that you, at this point, you have to decide whether you want to go on unmineable or you want to go and do it yourself. And if... and Panda, you have double the farm. You've double the amount of 3070s I do. I love it. I love it, Panda. I love getting put in my place and looking like a small fry. Panda, I really want to do a video on the 3070 versus the 4060 Ti with you. Even now, I want to do it. I would actually rather do it right now when I'm on the back foot, because I would, if we're being honest, and this is unlike the BC250s where you can't call me tainted, because I own more 3070s than I own 4060 Ti's. I own 70 to 15. I would still buy 4060 Ti's over 3070s right now. If I wasn't on this HBM kick, I'd be buying 40 series over 30 series. So Panda's going to try 6 rigs on Unminable, Pyram to USDT, and then you're going to do 6 Pyram to Trade Ogre USDT. Yeah, Panda, I would do that. If you were thinking about doing iron, don't do iron, because iron only has a BTC pairing on Trade Ogre. So you have to, that's just another swap again. So I feel like that would taint it. So I think Pyram would be a great one to do, actually. And what I think you should do to help I think you should sell. You should commit to selling once an hour if you can do that, right? But you should commit to a selling schedule that is the same every day, whatever you choose, right? I think that that's the only way you could take into account the market swings. Like, you have to literally like set an alarm to sell at a certain point. I think you would get enough payout. So I think you would get enough payout on Pyram, Panda. I've done that. I've mined straight to Trade Ogre with the Caspa forks. I think the payout's fast enough. AK, I feel like BTC's fees on those crappy exchanges are still too high. But Panda, here's the thing. If you're going to do that, right, you need to commit to selling at the same time. Like, whether you sell every hour, twice a day, whatever. I don't know what you're going to do with that. But I think you need to commit to that for the exchange. That's just my opinion anyway. Jock Miner says the test needs to include the wallet. So look, don't quote me on this, and this is not me confirming nor denying mining to an exchange, because you'll never get me to admit whether I am or I'm not. It's like I'm not going to use this example, but you'll never commit to me whether I'm mining to an exchange or not. But I think that there's merit to directly mining to an exchange if you're cashing out right away. And I really don't think the exchanges care. And I frankly think they prefer you mine to them because it's more volume on their part. Let's see. I remember when someone committed to a 20 GPU rig. I'm not going to kick Panda while he's down. Panda's got my back. I'm not kicking him while he's down. No talk of 20 GPU rigs. I'm banning the 20 GPU rig from being discussed till we leave the stream today. Nope. 20 GPU rig. I want to make a deal with you today. Okay? We're leaving him alone. You can keep your name. You cannot criticize Panda for the rest of this stream. Okay? You have to be kind. Like I teach my kids. You have to be kind. 20 GPU rig, I need your word. All right? I like you. I don't want to get addicted to muting people and getting power hungry. All right? So no giving Panda guff about 20 GPU rigs. No giving him guff about 23 GPU rigs either. Everybody has to leave Panda alone today. For the rest of the stream, you cannot give him credit. You cannot be critical on him right now. Okay? No criticism on him for today. Just for today. Just for today. So Marseille, and I'm sorry I pronounced your name wrong. I would actually. Ooh, hey Panda. That's a good idea. Panda. That's a good idea. Listen. You should mine half of it to one exchange and half to another. You should split it. You should do that actually, because then nobody can say the volume on one exchange was too low. Oh man, you guys are like pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable. You guys are like my toddlers and pushing the boundaries. So you know what? You know what? Listen, I'm going to give Panda all the power now. So Panda's a mod. So if Panda wants to ban, mute, or silence people, no banning. You can silence or kick people for talking about 20 GPU rigs. So I'm going to give Panda all the power. Let's see. Bread Panda, bring the Tangent wallet when you come. So Tangent sent me a wallet, and I still have not done content on it. I owe them a video. I just am waiting for Radiant to get off. But at the rate Radiant's going, you know, I mean, I want to here. So we're having a good time. I think I'm gonna stay on till we're not having a good time right now because you got my juices going. How bad is RXD right now though? While we're talking. Modern Mining did a great video yesterday on versus an exchange. I'll have to check Modern Mining's out. I watched Seb's. I kind of trust Seb. Seb's my math guy. Like, I trust different content creators for different things. Like, Seb's my math guy. Hawk's the one that'll keep you up till 4 a.m. playing. I had my first experience with that, by the way. Staying up till 4 a.m. playing Helldivers with Hawk. I don't know if I could do that again. Let's see. Where... Oh, my goodness. Look at this hash rate. Look at this hash rate. 151 terahash out of 230. Whoa, hey, hold on. It might be... He might not have all of the network hash rate anymore. Viper Pool only has 151. 36. The whole network hash rate is 236. So he doesn't have 51% anymore. So to be fair, Viper Pool does not have control of the network anymore, which is interesting. So I'm gonna do a tweet on that later, but let's see what else. RXD is rough. Oh, dude, I was talking to somebody, and I don't want to say who because we were voicing our opinions privately. So I never asked if I could share them publicly, but it is a content creator and a big one. But we were talking about it. I believe that RXD going up like this, right? Like so close to the halvening, I don't believe it was coincidence. He thinks it was random. I think it was like premeditated, and he doesn't. And I'm not going to name who it was because we had a pretty fun debate, private. Obviously, it was private on it, and he really doesn't believe that it was random, but I do. Or he really believes that it was random, but I don't, because if the halvening didn't happen, we could still GPU mine RXD. It would still be the most I think even with this pool, this guy on it, or this farm, it would still be the most profitable GPU mineable coin if the rewards were doubled. Because look, your hash rate. So you get what, like 1.1, so like 1100 gigahash on a 30. So you get like 1.1 gigahash on a 3070, right? So right now, with not considering power cost, you get 13 cents, right? So like if you go on, so let's do the calculator real quick because I want to show you what I mean. For RXD, right? If you were just mining RXD and you were trying to be as efficient as you could, right? You would be at, let me find it. I'm just silly and I can't find RXD. I will look at the chat in 1 second. Okay, so most GPUs get like 1.1, and you can get this down to like, let's just say 70 watts, all right? I could be plus or minus, but let's just play this game. 10 cents kilowatt hour, you're losing 17 cents, all right? So theoretically, you double the profit, right? You double the, oh, wow. So you double the profit. So if you were just mining RXD, you wouldn't make any money. You'd be breaking even because if this was before the halvening. So then you could argue with tax write-offs and maybe if the network pumps a little bit, you could argue that maybe RXD would be worth mining over like Husat and those coins, right? But with the halvening here, we're dead, as you can see. So I am convinced that FPGA farm or ASIC farm or whatever it was purposely waited until the halvening, jumped on, and just booted everybody else off. Like, he just literally booted everybody else off the network. So I'm going to catch up on chat real quick. All right, so someone said, J Rose said the Modern Mining did a great video on it, and he said it was closer than you expected, plus the hassle factor. Like I said, I don't think anybody can come to an agreement on whether you should use unminable or not. It's all up to you and the hassle factor. For me, I'd rather do what I'm doing. And I've actually been thinking about that with my KS0s. I'm debating if I want to put them on unminable or just mine Caspa to the wallet, sell and buy the coin that I want with them. Catching up, some hash rate drop off for Viper. Yeah, Viper doesn't control the network anymore. Oh, Panda left. Bye, Panda. Oh no, Panda's back. Let's see. So J Rose asks, is that FPGA or ASICs? So for this one, I don't know, guys. People think this is FPGA. I think the Lithium one is 100% ASICs. I mean, I don't know if this one's ASICs or not. I'm not going to begin to guess. We haven't heard any ASIC announcements, but I heard rumblings that Radiant ASICs were coming, and I'm not connected, but I run in some circles where I listen to people talk. So take that for what you may. When's a Pirate and Yeti coming to Discord? You know it's a bad time. I like Yeti. So listen, I will never say anything bad about Yeti because even when I was bashing Dynex as much as I could, Yeti and I were civil. And we talked about what we didn't disagree with, and we agreed we were never going to come to a conclusion. Like, when you can talk to somebody like that, and I asked him for help on a project totally unrelated to Dynex, and he helped me. So, like, I have nothing bad to say about Yeti. I still don't like Dynex. I still don't believe in it. But, like, you'll never hear me say a bad thing about Yeti. Kyla Coin, I never liked Kyla Coin. I think their tokenomics is garbage. Like, I knew about it before it hit the exchanges, but you were using so much power to get like one Kyla. Like, what is a Kyla coin worth? Like the tokenomics of Kyla coin. Now, obviously, this might change now that it's CPU mineable. What is it? KYLA, right? Kyla coin. The tokenomics of this thing is nonsense. I remember when it was $90 a token. Like, I said, if this thing was going to get wrecked, and it looked like it did get wrecked, that people would get wrecked mining this. Now, maybe CPU mining would change it, but I never liked the tokenomics of Kyla coin. I said from day one, don't mine this thing. Let's see. Those huge FPGA farm... hold on. Scrolling up, trying to catch up on the chat. Kroot, can we see your Ironfish clocks for 3070s? Yeah, I did a video on... Oh, wait. Just Ironfish? Yeah, I can show you those. Give me a second. Remind me. Oh, Ironfish and Pyrum. Go on my videos. I did a video on it. I'm not going to share them here. Just go find my videos. Chuck D. There are random catalysts for price movement, but for altcoins, I like to compare charts with BTC to see how close they move together. Man, I think that with the ETFs with BTC, nothing moved like BTC. So I kind of think it's hard to do right now. Jock, those huge FPGA farms. I don't know what FPGAs can do, if they can dual mine or not. One problem with everybody's unmineable video is they didn't sell every hour, so it's not a fair comparison. Panda says. Problem is getting payouts every hour you're mining native coin. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of excited for you to do yours, Panda. And Panda, I think you should do half on one exchange, half on another. Now, I know that's more work for you, but I think you can kind of avoid anybody saying, well, what if the exchange had low volume or whatever? Krootman said bed. I said bed. Yeah. I am getting kind of tired, Patrick Murphy. I'm going to go until I run out. I have actually decided I'm going to go until I run out of steam. Because the video I'm doing for tomorrow... I don't think it's going to take much work, so I can do that. Let's see. Unmineable admitted their payout process was flawed. Look, I think anything that Unmineable is trying to do is flawed. That's not a knock on them, but I think they're offering you a service that you pay for convenience. I think the whole idea is if Unmineable is transparent, right? Like, I think if Unmineable is transparent about everything, and I'm not saying that they are or they're not, because I haven't looked into it enough, then I think as long as they're admitting transparency and you still choose to use it, that's up to you. So I'm not going to torch them for that. Let's see. Everybody's talking to Panda. I don't feel the love. I will follow. Yeah, Panda, I think you're gonna have a good video with that. I think I'm definitely staying out of this game. I'm not gonna get involved with Unmineable right now, but I think you're gonna have a good video on that. I've got some BC 250 content coming up. I think that I'm gonna play with some GPUs for the next few days. I need a break from talking about depressing crypto sales. I think tomorrow's live stream is going to focus on GPUs. I got to figure out a topic. Maybe it won't, maybe it will, but I don't think I want to do another one fully on crypto. I think I need a little bit of a break from crypto. What up, Modern Mining? Hey, Modern Mining, when you needed to DM me about something, let me know. I liked your video, by the way, dude. Your stuff is great, and your channel growth, actually, dude. I actually have some questions for you because your channel growth is super impressive. So I kind of want to see what you're doing. I know that I'm not playing the algorithm like I should because I do gaming content and other stuff, which I'm fine with. But I do want to pick your brain. I am curious. I know everybody loves me, dude. I'm not worried about that. Dude, I love the 40 series, man. I'm staying with the 40 series for life. But I did return my 4060 Ti that I got because it was not being the best and I didn't want it anymore. But this unmineable thing, break from crypto, dude, Patrick Murphy, if you guys want to do a live stream talking about Helldivers, I would love to. I have so many thoughts on Helldivers, and I've done such a big deep dive into it. I could talk about Helldivers for hours. Chuck D says, can you check BCP? Wait, check BTC. I can't speak. Check BTC CKB charts for the week, year, and month. So I don't know anything about CKB. Let's just get that out there. But I'm going to check it. Let's go to CKB. I don't even know what CKB is. Someone said that's... Wait, I know what CKB is. Price chart. How do you check it versus BTC? 24... Oh. Year. It's 101% up. Does that mean it doesn't follow BTC? Or does that mean it... Well, I mean, I guess if you look at... So it's 101% year to date. I'm sure that's probably what BTC is, actually. So that might be fair. Yeah, that's what it is year to date. All right, I guess CKB is following BTC. Modern Mining, you're good, man. I just thought you were trying to talk to me, and then I thought about talking to you. I get being busy, dude. I'm slammed. I was going to finish the video on this 3080 today. But I couldn't. And by the way, I do want to shout out Sean at ROHS Solutions for sending me this. He's letting me keep it. And he's sending me some more GPUs, and I will be working with him. He's going to be selling his GPU farm, and I'm helping him sell it. So you'll see some content on that in the future. But the only reason I would work with him is because he agreed to accept PayPal goods and services for payment. And that is why I feel comfortable. Anybody who's willing to work with, or anybody who's willing to accept PayPal goods and services is confident in what they have, and that means nobody's getting burned. So I am all in working with him, and this is one of the ones he sent me, and I am actually really excited for that. So shout out to him, and you'll see more of his stuff in videos coming soon. Let's see what else is going on. Put the Shroud in the link below. Oh, you want to see the Shroud link? Where is it? Let me find it. Hold on. Where did I put it? I had it somewhere over here. Here. This guy's actually like not hold on. Let me give you the link for this. Here's it. Here it is for the link. Right here. I think Panda's giving away a KS3, right? Panda always gives away stuff. Panda's awesome like that. Maybe one day I'll give away a 3070. That might be my goal, is to give away a 3070. Maybe soon. I might do a 3070 for like 6,000 subs. I'm at 36 right now. So maybe I'll do a 6,000 or 7,000 sub giveaway. I'll give away a 3070. Like a good one too, not like a crappy one. And maybe I will do that. But this fan shroud, for people who are asking, the BC250s aren't... I would never buy a I would never buy one of these without them. You can't mine with these at home, and that's their biggest advantage. I would never ever buy one of these without the shroud. So like, if you're gonna buy this and you don't want to buy the shroud, don't buy it. At the risk of hurting myself, don't buy it. Has stock gone down? Have they sold more? Nope, they haven't sold more since we were on it. Panda, I'm telling you, for what you wanted, it's funny. You would have been the perfect one for the BC. You would have been the perfect person for the BC 250s, right? Like, you would have been perfect. You needed to ramp up power fast, and like the amount of power these things soak up would have been perfect for you. And these would have actually been perfect for me like a year ago, because the more power I use, the less I pay. I think that rate's going away soon, so I think I'm going to lose that. But these would be perfect for you, Panda, honestly. Panda, DM me after this. I can give you the sales rep's link. I'm sure you can get them to send you one. No problem if you want one. But I'll give you the rep's link if you want it. So just shoot me a DM after this. You're big enough. Anyway, I'm gonna, after talking today, I'm gonna try to get one more of these. Like, I think I want a third one, because I'm afraid that they're gonna sell out of these things, because they had 6. I checked this like 2 weeks ago, and they had 600 of them. I'm not saying any. Oh my goodness. 30 GPU mining rig is quietly protesting. Be sure, modern mining, be sure to make multiple accounts so we can rig the giveaway. Yo. Help a brother out, man. Help a brother out. Actually, Krootman, contact at Red Panding. I'm not big enough. Panda, I'm not sending it to your. Give me an email that you'll respond with faster. Panda, I want the good email, not the crappy one you got. Give me the good email. I'll get the extended family involved. Yo, I have a big extended family. I actually have 22 aunts and uncles from multiple sides of the family. So I'll get all of them involved. I'm going to win this KS3. They sold out before. They will get more. J Rose, maybe you're right. Maybe they will get more, because they did sell out. I know of a company. Listen to this, guys. You want to talk about crappy. I know a company, right? I know a company that... Let me find the news. I got to go look at the news stories for this. This from like from years ago. I know a company that bought... Or I don't know the company directly, but I know someone who was in direct workings with them. This thing cost, when it released... where is the price on these things? Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Okay, $15,000. All right. I know a company, or I know someone who knows a company. Panda knows them too. That bought like a few thousand of these things. A few thousand of these things. Okay, Panda. I just wanted to be cool, and I wanted to be an insider, but I see how it is. But I'll email you on that, Panda, and I'll let you know who it's from. But a company bought like thousands of these things at $15,000 each, and when they bought them, the story I heard, they bought them like July of 22, July or August of 22. Like, dude. You imagine buying... I mean, I know people lost their jobs over these things. Like, I heard they spent... Crap, how much is... Like, so if you bought 1,000 of these, right? What are you at for... Let's just say for 15 grand. Right? You're at like 15 million bucks to get wrecked a few months later. Whoo-wee! Now we get to use them... Now we get to buy them for nothing and make money off of them. And shout out to Son of a Tech for being the one to open my eyes to them. Because like I said, I had access to these things last year. I could get as many of them as I wanted for 500 bucks. I tried to get the company who had them to get me to send one for free to just play with it and try to help them sell units, and they wouldn't do it. Funny enough. It's funny how everything goes around. I saw someone who knew a guy who has a sister whose dog is pedigree. Oh, man. I wish I could find the story about it, because I'm in this Discord with a bunch of degenerate crypto users, and I mean like the degenerate of the degenerate of the degenerate. And they have some good stories. When 20 BC 250 rig. I don't. You can't. That's not even possible. What? That's not even possible. They're all their own computer. I did try to do a video where I tried to get more than one of them to work on more than one GPU to work on a BC 250 to use it as a computer. Someone sent me another adapter I could try, but if you could get 4, so if you could get, right, so funny enough, if you could get 4, they got the M.2 slot right there. If you could get 4 GPUs to work on this thing, I would almost wonder if it would be worth, like, in a server case, getting rid of, like, you just using, like, risers, right? And getting rid of the server motherboard and all that stuff and just having the fans in the server case and running, like, four BC 250s powering 3 GPUs each. Like, I wonder if it would be worth it. And you just, you obviously have the fan controllers powered on their own power supply and stuff, right? But, like, you get rid of the motherboard and all that. I wonder if it would be worth doing it. And it's a thought I had in my head. I never got around the logistics of it. I just tried on that video that I did where I tried to run 4 of them on it in an open airframe and it didn't work. I wonder if I could maybe get a better 4 split adapter, but I tried multiples and it didn't work. So I don't know. But like using it as a computer though, like using it as a computer that can mine is just interesting to use as like, instead of like even like a RevTech board, you use this thing instead. And it's just a thought that crossed my mind, but it all depends if you can get the M.2 slot to recognize at least 3 GPUs. I've only ever gotten it to recognize 2. But if you could get it to recognize 3, I think that would be an interesting build where you put 4 of these in like a 12 card server case. And then at that point, you could buy these cheap server cases, right? Like, it's cool because you could go on eBay and buy... Where is it? You could buy these things if they're still here. Hold on. Wait. I'm all over the place today. You could buy, where are they? Man, these things are getting expensive. Where is that server key? Let me find it. I have a link above. I got a link somewhere over here. Where are you? Give me a second. Where are you? Okay, let me go with, hold on. Let me see if it's, it might not even be here anymore. I bought 2 of them. Let's see if it's still here. Okay, it's still here. So check this out. So if you bought this thing, right? If you bought this thing, and if you bought this thing, let me see if it's showing in my, yeah. If you bought this thing for $100, right? It's empty, but it comes with controllers. It's $109, but it comes with fan controllers, like right in there, right? And you figured out a way to just put like you put the server power supplies in there, over there, and you put like 4 BC 250s, and then you just get risers, and you put however many GPUs you want to put in here, right? You probably need smaller ones because the risers take up a little bit of room. But like that would be probably a cheap way to do server cases. I mean, it only costs you $100 for the server case, and I mean these are good. I built an open air frame server case into this, and I wouldn't do it again because I had to shove a motherboard in there, and it was a big pain in the rear. But I would probably do it with BC 250s. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Chuck Danger. So it was way ahead of me for BC 250s. Like I'm not doing anything new. It's just, with the way the market is currently, it's just making me rethink some things. That's all. Like he mentioned them months ago. Now I knew about them last year. Like I've known about these things forever, and I had access to them forever. But I was stupid, and I never considered that they could CPU mine, which was where Son of a Tech had me beat. And like I said, this was just something I was milling with, and it does sound like it's reinventing the wheel, but like, I don't know. You don't have to use motherboards, anything anymore. And server cases are really expensive right now. Look, I like what Modern Miner's doing, and this is constructive criticism only, but I think he will be in for a rude awakening with those wooden frames in the winter. A very, very rude awakening. But that, to be fair, is only because we all lived that and we all made that mistake. And yeah, we all did that. So it's $100. So it's $100 for the frame and the fans. Like, I don't know. I don't think, and the controller, like 8 fans, and these are good fans. I don't think this is a bad deal. Like, do you guys think this is a bad deal? 8 of these fans plus 2 controllers plus a steel case for $100. Okay, so Modern Miner says they worked fine during the ETH days. All right, well, yeah, you have to open the garage. So I will say, but like if you look at my garage anyway, I scaled too fast. I got wrecked. Let's see. It's all good content, man. Doing this stuff is how we find out the secret special powers to those. Yeah. No, like I said, my idea for this thing failed before it got started because I couldn't get more than 2 rigs to work on a BC250. And look, we all started making our own open air frames. I do think that server cases are the way to go. I think there is some instances like my 12 card 1660 super rig. I don't think it's ever worth putting in a server case because it takes up less space. And if you have 1 card rigs where you take GPUs out a lot to like test them and pull them out for content, which I have 2 of those, I will never put those in open air in server cases. So I'll always have 3 open air frames in my farm. But like everybody finds it out eventually, and you got to find it out on your own, and you'll never listen to anybody else when they tell you this, right? But server cases are the way to go, and it's the future, and open air frames suck. Everybody finds it out the hard way. I found it out the hard way. Everybody eventually agrees to it. Obviously, there are exceptions to every rule, but I would argue that most crypto miners that have been in this for a long time, if you ask them, they will tell you that server cases are the way to go, and open air frames suck. Let's see. So Rudd says that $100 a frame at this time, it cost you 1 year to get your money back. You can't look at these things as ROI, and you can't look at anything as ROI right now. BC250 was just unique in that category. Nothing has good ROI. Not a 3070, not a 4060 Ti, not even Caspa ASICs. Nothing has good ROI right now. There's very unique edge cases that do, and they're almost always due to some form of something weird going on that you can't expect to go on for the full year. Like, if Wart somehow takes a dump, BC250's earning potential right now goes to crap. So, like, you can't really take it into consideration. See you later, Modern Mining. Thanks for joining. Shoot me a DM later. J-Rose, they fit well in that case. I did do a test fit because the BC250 is a 1-slot card. So, like, I mean, look at it right here. You can see it. They're a 1-slot card. They're really small. I mean, these rigs aren't that big at all. You can just look at the dimensions of them. Do they have dimensions over here? I don't think they have dimensions on here. Nope. They don't. They don't have dimensions on them, but you can see they're super small. Patrick Murphy says that's what I'm thinking. Guys, like I said, I don't go by ROI right now. You can't. I go by best value for infrastructure you're getting, which is why it kind of made me think about trying to use these in server cases. But to be fair, I also got really, really good deals on server cases right now. And you can CPU mine with them too, which is good. I hate trial and error, too many errors. Dude, I got destroyed when I built the you can check out my video for this. I put 6 GPUs in this thing and it works great, but if you ask me if I do it again, the answer is no. I would not do it again unless you had like a RevTech board. The only way I would build into this with without the server parts is with a RevTech board or the BC250s. I would never try to put a regular motherboard in it again. It was the worst experience of my life, and it worked for 1, and it worked for 6 cards, and it worked in a stupidly unique situation that I would never do again. Dude, there's something about hitting solo blocks that is a huge confidence booster. Dude, when I hit 3 Radiant blocks on my 1660 Supers, I hit 2 in a week. It was like, yeah, buddy. I know they are one slot, and it was AMD that designed them. Worried about the length. No, they're not long. I will do a comparison. So I would say that this thing right here, they're a little bit taller and a little bit shorter than this, like a tiny bit. The cool thing though is you don't need risers for them. So like the way they're powered when they're not in that rig, which is really sweet, they're powered by one 8-pin down here. So this one that I'm pointing to right here, that is how you power it when you're outside of the case. When it's inside of the case, they slot in with these two right here. So you literally just have to fish one 8-pin to these things. So fitting it in a server case, like you don't need a riser, you don't need anything. The only thing that would take up a little bit of space is the adapter, because you put an M.2 on here, and you'd have to use USB sticks with this. So I would get like really expensive high-end USB sticks, like $20 USB sticks or $10, because you can't put the M.2. You can't you'd have to connect the GPUs via the M.2. So you'd have to just put a little bit of clearance in here. I thought a lot about this actually. It might be something I try in the future. Let's see. Techman TV says we should just buy stuff like that vampire in 30 Days of Night and make a meme. ROI or no? I need a cool meme. I need a cool like catchphrase or slogan. Like DJ Mines is like 22 and Pandas is like a 20 GP rig. I need something cool for myself. I gotta do something cool. Let's see. Catching up on it. BC 250s are same as FPGA. Good when they're good, but when they're bad, they're bad. And when a certain coin pops up, they kill it. So like, I was thinking about that, Chuck. If you use them just to power the motherboard, right? You could like if a memory algorithm took off, you could mine and maybe break even. So like if you were like when they're bad, right? If you were mining and breaking even or only making like a cent or two on them, it would probably still justify it, not needing to spend money on the motherboard and all that crap. You're definitely right though. Like right now the ROI on these things is 257 days at the current rate, but that's assuming that Warthog just doesn't take a dump overnight. And then, because like you remember Vish AI, that CPU mineable coin that made these things really profitable, that took a dump real fast. So like, 250-day ROI on these things is in like the biggest parentheses possible. But if you're comparing it to like a 4090 ROI, it's 4090 ROIs in like 50 years at this point. So it's there, but it's super risky. Please, anyone, the cheapest low-level entry FPGA. Dude, I wouldn't buy an FPGA. Those ones you just lose money on. Like, if you want to play around with it, it's fine, but you'll just lose money on it. So Vish lasted for a little bit. I had my BC250s on them for like 2 weeks before it dumped. I sold most of it daily. I do have a bag, though, so I kind of feel like I got rugged on that, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, Vish came and went as fast as it went, and it was really fast. Dude, FPGAs, like, the reason I hate FPGAs, guys, is they're the same thing as GPUs, except they're harder to do. Like, okay, so this thing, right, this thing definitely has a barrier of entry. This is harder to mine on than a regular GPU rig. You've got to drill out first of all, you got to actually literally take apart the fan shroud and drill this out and replace it. You got to put 12 SSDs in. It's managing 12 computers. You need 12 Ethernet cables. You need to make sure it's cooled right. You need to make sure you're not overpowering the PSUs. This thing is harder to mine on than a GPU, right? But an FPGA is harder to mine on than this thing. At least everything for this is available publicly. If you don't get good bit streams for an FPGA, you're done. You're done. Like, you just kiss it goodnight. I hate FPGAs. Chuck D says not true. I bought a multi-miner M.2 after Tennis Munch. I ROI'd. So as of now, it's useless and sitting on a shelf. Now when a new bitstream comes out and kill it, I'll turn it back on. Yeah, dude, that's gonna probably be what a lot of people feel about the BC250s. I tell people to look at these things like an ASIC. I don't look at them like GPUs. I look at the whole thing of 12 as one ASIC. And like that's how I look at it. That's how I was able to wrap my head around these things. And if you look at ASIC miner value right now, If we're going 10 cents power, because at least I want it to be even. Like, if you're going at 10 cents power, they make $3.50 a day right now. And an Ice River KS1 makes $3 a day, right? And I don't know what the spot price for a KS1 is right now. I have no idea what it could be. But let's see what they... I mean, they're probably sold out. But a KS1 costs $1,899 and it can only mine Caspa. A BC250, if we look at it like an ASIC, costs $900 and it can mine whatever you want. And it's available. And $900 is me adding price cost onto it for taxes and all that. You could probably get it for cheaper, but I'm going to give you the worst case for it. If I shill it, I'm at least going to try to fairly shill it. Spend as much on the storage. Dude, I wasted... Oh my God. If you want to talk about the storage, I spent $80 on storage for this thing. If you count the 20 USB sticks and all the power I wasted, I have cheaper M.2s coming in, and I'm mixing them in this rig with more expensive ones because I want to see if there's a difference. Because the $5 M.2s I bought for the last one definitely were worth it. Let's see. AMD can make as many FPGAs as you need. The problem is the streams. Yeah, J-Rose, I'm with you. The dev fees are what kill FPGAs for me. They just kill it. Patrick Murphy, it's an ASIC with more risk and a much smaller window to mine on, but the rewards compared to GPUs are a lot higher. So I disagree with you in terms of a much smaller window to mine on. Well, I don't know if I agree with that, because KS Zeros at 10 cents kilowatt hour are the same profitability. Okay, so if you're saying KS Zeros have a low profitability window too, or KS1s, I mean, if you're saying these have a low profitability window, I would agree with that. So here's the thing though, if GPUs are making $20 a day, right? BC 150s are going to make like 5, and you times them by 12. I mean, it's still a lot of money. And I don't know. I think the thing for me that really sells me on these things, right, is the barrier of entry is so low. You get one of these with all the crap you need for less than a 4080 Ti or a 4080 Super. Like, that is the biggest thing. And yes, I'm going to start adding in the videos. I'm going to tell people just to assume that you can't resell these things for a profit. Like, I'm going to tell people, in order to resell these, you're going to have to take a loss on them. I'm going to 100% make that known. Like, you have to resell at a loss. But like what Patrick Murphy said, you save a ton of money. So, ETH miners are used to Turkey and said it. Oh, dude, Chuck D, a more agreeable quote couldn't have been said. I lost out on so much profits because I was a stupid, lazy ETH miner, and I didn't mine ZIL. I was like, I'm not mining this thing. I don't know what it does, and ETH makes me enough. Didn't mine TON. Mostly I didn't mind ZIL. ZIL was the one I'm really mad about. When the network died, I should have moved everything to Caspa. Now, I was lucky and I GPU mined Caspa that year, but I waited 3 months. I was a dummy. I was a dummy. I mined 3 months of ETC. Now, if ETC hits I think ETC has to hit $130 and I profit off of that. But I would have made so much more on Caspa. So I was a dumb, lazy ETH miner. And I learned the dumb, lazy ETH mining lessons. It took me 6 months to break my dumb, lazy ETH mining habits. And I missed out on a lot of money. Patrick Murphy saying FPGAs in general have a smaller window to mine on. 100%. Yes, Patrick Murphy. FPGAs have a way smaller window to mine on. And, excuse me, that's why I hate them. People say that window is really good. But if you want to go with that argument, GPUs have a really small window to mine coins before they're on exchanges, and you could make a killing. I made a few thousand mining Carlson. I made a few grand on it, and it was on GPUs. So when I say a few grand, I mean a very little few grand. I think it was 2, but still, that's a small window. Focusing too much on daily money. So Kyla Rose, a lot of people right now need to focus on the daily money. And I'm not saying you're wrong, right? But if you are buying and you're just hodling the whole time, I would think that you would be buying, like, so if you're buying and hodling, right? I would think you would be buying equipment, or I don't know. I think if you're mining and hodling, I think it depends on your strategy, right? I think if you're mining and hodling, I don't know if the BC 250 is 100% for you. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, you could mine and hodl with it because, like, it makes you. I think it makes like $8 a day because it cost me $5 a day in power. So you could be mining and hodling it instead, and then you get the tax write off depending on what your tax bracket is. You're making 15 to 30% more. I don't think this is the best for mine hodlers, but like we're dangerously at the point for mining and hodling where you could argue for a big subset of people that it's better to turn off. Like, look at this. I'm at 10 cents kilowatt hour, right? And like I'm going to set my stuff back to triple mining because triple mining is profitable for me, right? But like so look at that. That's at 10 cents kilowatt hour. Let me make this smaller. I'm on a roll today with this stream. Let's up that to what I could be at, 15. So if I end up at 15, I'm at 4 cents profit. Like at 4 cents profit, I'm probably just shutting off. Frankly, like I'd probably leave like the rigs on that I really want to spec. Like I'm specking Chlor and I'm specking something else right now.
You need to pause.
All wrong.
You need to pause.
You guys got to give me a. I got to run. I'm at 2 o'clock. It's bad. I got to jump off. I will talk to you guys later. Something just came up in my personal life. So peace. It was fun.